Well, a very good evening for those of you that have just joined us across Facebook and YouTube. We'll be getting started in just a short time with the John Bonham celebration, the Lockdown Led Zeppelin quiz. Stay tuned, we'll get things underway in just a short time. So once again, a very good evening. If you have joined us, we're going to get things underway with John Bonham celebration, the Lockdown Led Zeppelin quiz, in just a short time. In the meantime, if you haven't joined and signed up on the website, visit www.johnbonhamac.com, where you'll be able to join in live with the quiz here this evening. So very good evening then. Welcome to the Lockdown Led Zeppelin quiz hosted by John Bonham, a celebration. We're going to get things underway in just a few minutes then. If you want to join in with the quiz online and answer the questions as you go along, make sure you pop along to www.johnbonhamac.com, where you'll be able to join in with the quiz as we go along. Just one more minute to go then, and we're going to get things underway here at the Lockdown Led Zeppelin quiz, hosted by John Bonham, a celebration. If you haven't joined us yet on the interactive quiz, join via going to www.johnbonhamac.com, where you'll be able to watch the stream and join in with the quiz questions at the same time. So here we are then, a very good evening and welcome to the John Bonham celebration Lockdown Led Zeppelin quiz with hosted by myself, James Hollenby, and put together by Gemma, Roz and the team at John Bonham celebration. Hope you're having a good evening so far this evening. We've got all sorts of great quiz questions coming up for you. We have 2 rounds then that are just purely Led Zeppelin, and then we've got a bonus John Bonham round to finish us off in round 3 as well. Very good evening, but I'm not just joined by myself here this evening due to social distancing. I am the only one here in the studio, but we have had input from both Roz and Gemma. Gemma will be taking round 2 for us, and we'll be hearing from Roz, the director of John Bonham celebration, about the plans for this year in just a short time. So who's ready for a quiz then? If you are, let me know in the comments. Remember, you have got the Facebook comments just down there. YouTube is just over there somewhere, and we will get things underway in just a few minutes here this evening. If there are any technical problems, do let me know. If you can't hear anything, again, please let me know. We will do our best to solve that for you, and we'll get things up and running in just a minute or 2. If you would like any shout outs or anything said across tonight, again, do let us know in the comments. And if you do get a chance, make sure you give us plenty of thumbs up, hearts and likes if you're across on YouTube. And of course, don't forget, if you are watching us on YouTube, subscribe to the John Bonham celebration YouTube page. And there's all sorts of great videos on there, and there'll be more to come on that in just a short time. That's good. We have a few more people joining on the Facebook stream then, also across on YouTube. I can see we have quite a few players that have joined the interactive quiz as well. Now I'm going to pop something up on screen for you now, which is just down there, just below me. If you do want to join in and actually make it an interactive quiz and answer the questions online as you go along, you can visit www.johnbonhamac.com, which will take you through to the John Bonham page. You'll see, if you scroll down a little bit, there's a section there where you'll be able to take part in the interactive quiz. Likewise, if you go to challengezone.co.uk/LedZepp, you have the same setup over there as well. So 2 places to play as an interactive quiz, but of course, if you're a bit of a technophobe, don't worry. You can just play along at home by shouting at your screen, writing down the answers. We are going to go through all the answers so you can mark your own papers towards the end. Okay, so I think we are almost about ready to get things underway then. We'll pop that up on there as well. Okay, so we have a few players then ready to go on the quiz. I'm going to hit the start quiz button and we'll get underway with round 1 of the Lockdown Led Zeppelin quiz here this evening. Okay, right, let's try that again. Hopefully there is now sound coming through. Thank you to Misha for letting me know about that one. It's all very good. It's a great start. So question 2 was, where was Jimmy Page born? Again, some great answers. We've had Reading, we've had UK. Strictly speaking, UK is true, but we were looking for an area. I can reveal the answer to question number 2 was Hounslow in Middlesex. On to question number 3 here this evening then. Beck's Bolero featured Jeff Beck as lead guitarist and Jimmy Page on a 12-string. But which other member of Led Zeppelin played on the song? Beck's Bolero featured Jeff Beck as lead guitarist and Jimmy Page on a 12-string. But which other member of Led Zeppelin played on the song? Around 20 seconds remaining on this one then. Remember, if the writing is quite small on your screen, you can expand it up onto full screen if you are on your mobile phone or if you're on your laptop as well. Okay, well done. Okay, so the answer to question number 3 then was John Paul Jones. Congratulations to all those on the interactive system that got that right. And well done also to Misha in Facebook chat, who managed to answer that right as well. Hopefully the sound problem has solved. Don't forget, because it is a live stream, there's about a 30-second delay from here in the studio to when you are watching it. It's just unfortunately the way the live stream works. So if you do put a comment in, don't worry. I have probably seen it. I'm keeping an eye on all the comments so far this evening, but it may just be that there's a little bit of a delay on the actual chat itself, from when you see it on screen to when I see it here. Okay, the next question then, question number 4. Question number 4 is, who is credited having produced Led Zeppelin's first album? Who is credited with having produced Led Zeppelin's first album? 25 seconds remaining on this question then. So who is credited with having produced Led Zeppelin's first album? 5 seconds remaining for question number 4 then. And congratulations once again to Misha getting it correct in the Facebook chat there. Don't forget you can join in on the website as well via johnbonhamac.com or challengezone.co.uk/Led Zeppelin. That will give you an interactive window where you can answer the questions as well. Congratulations to all those that are in the interactive quiz then that answered it correctly. It was, of course, Jimmy Page. So on to question number 5. And question number 5 is, what was the band that became Led Zeppelin originally called? What was the band that became Led Zeppelin originally called? 20 seconds remaining on this one then. So what was the band that became Led Zeppelin originally called? If you think you know, pop it in the chat or on the interactive game if you're playing along on the johnbonhamac.com website or the Challenge Zone website. Couple of seconds remaining then. And time is up on question number 5. The correct answer was the New Yardbirds. If you did put Yardbirds, that is incorrect, as the band did not contain all 4 members of Led Zeppelin, whereas the New Yardbirds did. Okay, so that was question number 5. Congratulations to all those that got that right. On to question number 6 then. Which band did Led Zeppelin open for on their first US tour in 1968? Which band did Led Zeppelin open for on their first US tour in 1968? 20 seconds then if you are on the interactive quiz that's going on at the moment. So that's which band did Led Zeppelin open for on their first US tour in 1968? 5 seconds remaining to answer that one. And your time is up. So we've had a few good guesses through on the online quiz. Jethro Tull has been questioned. Iron Butterfly, The Who. Sadly, all those wrong. It was, in fact, Vanilla Fudge. So in 1968, it was a Vanilla Fudge US tour on that one. So let's go through then into question number 7. What was the name of the drummer in the same band who introduced John Bonham to Ludwig Drums and helped him secure sponsorship from the brand? So that was what was the name of the drummer in the same band who introduced John Bonham to Ludwig Drums and helped him secure sponsorship from the brand? 15 seconds to answer this one then if you are on the interactive app. Pop it into chat. If you are just on the Facebook chat or the YouTube chat, pop it onto those as well. And your time is up for question number 7. And well done. It was Carmine Apiece. Congratulations if you got that one right. Question number 8 in round 1 then. How are you doing so far? Which British singer recommended Led Zeppelin to Atlantic Records? Which British singer recommended Led Zeppelin to Atlantic Records? 25 seconds remaining on this one. And we're asking question number 8, which is which British singer recommends Led Zeppelin to Atlantic Records? Apologies. So that is which British singer recommended Led Zeppelin to Atlantic Records? 10 seconds remaining if you are on the interactive quiz. And your time is up on question number 8. Congratulations. Whoever typed in OMG, I have forgot. You definitely get the creative award for the most creative answer so far this evening. PJ Proby, good question, good answer, but it's not right, unfortunately. Terry Reid, Paul Rogers, again, great answers, but unfortunately not correct. It was, in fact, Dusty Springfield. If you have just joined us, a very good evening. You have joined us in the at the start of the lockdown Led Zeppelin quiz here, hosted by John Bonham, A Celebration. We will be hearing from Roz, director of John Bonham, A Celebration, in just a short time to tell you about what's happening or hoping to happen this year with the John Bonham celebrations. In the meantime, though, we're going to go on to question number 9. And question number 9 is: on which album were the songs Dancing Days, The Song Remains, The Same released? On which album were the songs Dancing Days and The Song Remains, The Same released? On which album were the songs Dancing Days and The Song Remains, The Same released? 15 seconds if you are on the interactive quiz. Some great guesses coming through so far. Don't forget you can join in. If you are in the chat, pop on over to challengezone.co.uk/Led Zeppelin, Led Zepp, or johnbonhamac.com. You can join in the interactive quiz on both of those while viewing the stream and hearing what I'm saying as well. So we've just asked question 9, which was: in which album were the songs Dancing Days and The Song Remains the Same released? It was Houses of the Holy. So congratulations to Misha and to Ryan, who got it correct over in the Facebook chat. Also to all of you playing along on the interactive quiz who got that right. Question number 10 then. Question 10 is: in which city did Led Zeppelin play Stairway to Heaven live for the very first time? That's: in which city did Led Zeppelin play Stairway to Heaven live for the very first time? 20 seconds to answer this one then if you are on the interactive quiz. And if you have just joined us, it's not too late to play along. Whether you play along at home with a piece of paper and a pen, or whether you're on the interactive page over at the johnbonhamac.com website, or indeed if you're just in Facebook or YouTube chat. Either one is fine. It's good to have you with us so far this evening. So we asked, in which city did Led Zeppelin play Stairway to Heaven live for the very first time? The correct answer was Belfast. It's not New York and it's not Dallas. Congratulations if you did guess the right answer. Belfast is the correct answer. Dublin and Sydney, unfortunately, the wrong answers. Question number 11 then of round 1. Solve the anagram, a seaworthy native. So what is the anagram of a seaworthy native? 25 seconds to solve this one then. Get scribbling, get working it out. It will make a Led Zeppelin song. So solve the anagram, a seaworthy native. Okay, so 5 seconds remaining on that one. Have you got the anagram correct? It's a tricky one, time pressure on this one. I can confirm, if you guessed Stairway to Heaven, you would be right. It was an anagram. A seaworthy native is Stairway to Heaven if you rejumble all the letters. Moving on to question number 12 then. And that question is: under which name did Led Zeppelin play a gig in February 1970 in Copenhagen? That is, under which name did Led Zeppelin play a gig in February 1970 in Copenhagen? 20 seconds on this one then. How are you getting on so far? Have you guessed many of them right? You can let us know in the comments just down below on Facebook, or across there, I believe it is, over on YouTube. So under which name did Led Zeppelin play a gig in February 1970 in Copenhagen? Okay, the correct answer is the Knobs. Okay, and over on the interactive chat, a few various ways of it being spelt. All meaning the same though. We all know what you mean. We're going to give you that one if you have got that right. So award yourself a point if you're on that one. On to question number 13 in round 1 then. So question number 13 is, what is Jimmy Page's full name? What is Jimmy Page's full name? 25 seconds on this one then. How are we getting on so far? We have 15 questions in round 1. We're on question 13. How are you doing? If you're writing it down just on a piece of paper, award yourself a point for every question you've got right. If you've got it wrong, obviously you don't get any points. Let us know in the chat how many points you've got so far. If you are on the interactive quiz, it does it a little bit differently. It will reward you the most points for getting it right the quickest, okay? So it is fastest finger first on that one to make sure you get the most points. And when we get to the end of question 15, I will reveal who is currently leading on the interactive quiz. So we've got some good answers coming in then. We've had James Patrick Page on Facebook and across on YouTube, and looking at the interactive quiz as well. You are right, of course. It is James Patrick Page is Jimmy Page's full name. On to question number 14 then. In which month is Robert Plant's birthday? Question number 14 is, in which month is Robert Plant's birthday? We're looking for the month and only the month for this one, okay? 20 seconds on this question then. Okay, so we asked question number 14 is, in which month is Robert Plant's birthday? 5 seconds remaining on question 14. Okay, so on the interactive quiz, the biggest and most answer was August, looking over at Facebook and YouTube chat as well. The general consensus is August, and you are, of course, correct. His birthday is in August. It's the 20th of August. He was born in 1948. So there we go. So let's go through to the final question then on the first round here on the Lockdown Led Zeppelin quiz. Question number 15 then. And that is, from where in the UK is John Paul Jones from? Where in the UK is John Paul Jones from? 25 seconds on this one then. So it's question number 15. Remember, you can answer in the Facebook chat, you can answer in the YouTube chat, or you can answer live as we go through, as the questions pop up on your phone, tablet, or laptop by going to johnbonhamac.com or challengezone.co.uk/Led Zeppelin. So we asked, from where in the UK is John Paul Jones from? 5 seconds remaining. Okay, so some of the guesses coming through on the interactive quiz. We've had London, we had Hampshire, we had Basingstoke, we've had London over on Facebook. Congratulations, though, to Karen Davis over on YouTube. She was correct. It is Sidcup in Kent. So that is the end of round 1 here at the Lockdown Led Zeppelin quiz. If I remove that, we're going to bring up the scores and find out how some of you are getting on so far on the scores. So congratulations. Currently in our interactive quiz, congratulations to Simon Wicker. He has got the most points, 893 points so far. So there's been some quite quick answers coming from Simon Wicker. Jordan Evans, Mooney, led by Goats, Rog, all in there as well. It's still all to play for as we go through into the second round here on the Lockdown Led Zeppelin quiz. Of course, don't forget, if you would like to make any comments or anything, you can contact us in the chat, and we will see what we can do for you. Okay, so before we go over to... So before we go over to the second round then, we caught up with Ros Sidaway earlier on in the week to find out a little bit more information about John Bonham, a celebration and what's happening this year. Obviously with the coronavirus pandemic hitting worldwide, there has had to be some changes, but we spoke to Ros to find out exactly what was going on, and you can find out what she said now.
Hello everyone, I'm Ros Sidaway, Director of the John Bonham A Celebration Festival. I hope you're all doing well, and thank you for joining us for the quiz. Yeah, wow, what a few months it's been. We were all set to bring you a second celebration of John's life in September this year, but sadly, like so many other festivals around the world, we were forced to rethink our plans. And this has involved, sadly, having to postpone our headline acts at the theatre until September the 25th, 2021. But don't worry, if you've already bought tickets, those will be automatically transferred. How that will work is that if you bought tickets for the Friday night, the 25th of September this year, they will transfer to the Saturday afternoon for a matinee performance on Saturday the 25th of September next year. And if you bought tickets for the Saturday night, they will transfer to the Saturday night. And we're hopeful that we'll be able to retain all the same headline acts, with a few extras added on the Saturday night that we hadn't yet announced for this year. So don't worry if you can't make that date. Of course, you can have your monies refunded, and we'll do that as soon as I can get in touch with the box office at the theatre. They're currently closed due to the COVID situation, but when they reopen, I will speak to them and then we'll put out via social media and the website how you go about obtaining your refund. So what are we going to do instead this year? As you know, this year marked 40th anniversary of John's sad passing, and we couldn't really let that go unmarked. So we're doing a couple of things. Firstly, on the Friday evening, the actual anniversary, we are putting together a movie, a documentary if you like, on the life of John Bonham, talking to some of his friends from here in the town from when he was younger, as well as local musicians and ones who are a bit more well known, who were good friends of John's back in the day. That will go out via our YouTube channel and also on Facebook. So mark that in your diaries to tune into us, and again we'll be posting via social media and on the website all the details closer to the day. Then on the Saturday afternoon, providing everything is clear, and we must stress that we won't be doing anything to put any of our artists, our staff, our audience, volunteers at risk, but we will hopefully go ahead with a live music stage in town, in Redditch Town Centre, from around 12:30 until about 7 o'clock on the Saturday afternoon, and featuring local and regional blues and rock bands, and a few special guests along the way. It will be a much smaller affair than the envisaged 1,500 people we thought we'd get in. We'll be reducing that down to around 450, 500, maybe more if the mass gatherings regulations or restrictions have been reduced by then, and of course hopefully not in the midst of a second wave. So that will be going ahead. Tickets will go on sale in a few weeks' time, and that's to raise funds for Teenage Cancer Trust West Midlands, along with many other charities across the country and around the world. Teenage Cancer Trust West Midlands has been hard hit financially with the coronavirus pandemic. All their fundraising activities and music events were cancelled. So we want to try and do something to raise some funds for a very, very worthwhile cause. So I think that's about it. But I hope you enjoyed the rest of the evening, and hopefully we'll get to see you soon. Okay, bye for now.
So there we go. That was a few words there from the director of John Bonham Celebration, Ros Sidway. If you do need to contact her for any information, the best place to go is onto the website, which is www.johnbonham.ac.com. From there, you will be able to contact Ros and get all the information and send her all the information you need to do. And likewise, if you have any questions about whether it's this show, whether it's the John Bonham celebration coming up, or perhaps it's just about the website things, then Ros is the right person to give that information across to. If you have just joined us, a very good evening. You've missed round one of the Led Zeppelin lockdown quiz, but don't worry, we are just about to head into round two. Now, I'm sure throughout round one you're already bored of my voice, which is quite understandable. It wouldn't be any fun if I just kept talking at you non-stop all the time. So we've asked another member of the John Bonham celebration team, Gemma, to host round two for us. So she will be giving the questions across on round two. Again, if you do want to join in on the interactive side of things, as Simon Wicker has, Jordan Evan has, Mooney has, led by Goats has, Rog has, Sebastian has, Ryan has, Jordan Evans has. So many people are joining in over on the interactive website. You can just go to johnbonhamac.com or challengezone.co.uk/Led Zepp, and you will be able to answer the questions live from your mobile phone, tablet, or computer as you're watching and listening to the stream. So we are now going to try and head on over to Gemma to be able to take you through round number two.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to round two of your lockdown Led Zeppelin and John Bonham quiz 2020. My name's Gemma. I'm one of the organisers of John Bonham A Celebration, which takes place usually every 2 years, and in Redditch, in John's hometown. And I'm going to be reading out the questions in round two of this quiz to give James a bit of a break. So, welcome to round two. Here is your first question, which is question 16. Okay, in which year did the new Yardbirds form? I'll repeat that again. Question 16, in which year did the new Yardbirds form? Okay, I'll repeat that again. Question 16, in which year did the new Yardbirds form? Okay, I'll repeat that again. Question 16, in which year did the new Yardbirds form? Okay, give you a couple of seconds to... What was Led Zeppelin's best-selling album? Question 17 once again. What was Led Zeppelin's best-selling album? Question 17. What was Led Zeppelin's best-selling album? Question 17 once again. What was Led Zeppelin's best-selling album? Question 18. The building featured on Led Zeppelin's sixth album, Physical Graffiti, is in which city? Question 18 again. The building featured on Led Zeppelin's 6th album cover, Physical Graffiti, is in which city? Okay. Question 18. The building featured on Led Zeppelin's 6th album, Physical Graffiti, is in which city? Question 18 again. The building featured on Led Zeppelin's 6th album cover, Physical Graffiti, is in which city? Okay. Question 19. What is the name of Led Zeppelin's 5th album? Question 19 again. What is the name of Led Zeppelin's 5th studio album? Okay, give you a couple. Question 19. What is the name of Led Zeppelin's 5th album? Question 19 again. What is the name of Led Zeppelin's 5th studio album? Okay, give you a couple of seconds on that one. Question 20. In which month was Jimmy Page born? Question 20 again. In which month was Jimmy Page born? Question 20. In which month was Jimmy Page born? Question 20 again. In which month was Jimmy Page born? Okay, question 20. In which month was Jimmy Page born? Question 20 again. In which month was Jimmy Page born? Okay, question 21. Okay, question 21. On which album was the Immigrant Song released? This album also contained Celebration Day. So question 21 again. On which album was the Immigrant Song released? This album also contained Celebration Day. Okay, question 21. On which album was the Immigrant Song released? This album also contained Celebration Day. So question 21 again. On which album was the Immigrant Song released? This album also contained Celebration Day. Okay. Question 22. Which Led Zeppelin member is the oldest? Question 22 again. Which Led Zeppelin member is the oldest in age? Okay. Question 22. Which Led Zeppelin member is the oldest? Question 22 again. Which Led Zeppelin member is the oldest in age? Question 23. John Paul Jones once threatened to leave Led Zeppelin to do which job? Question 23 again. John Paul Jones once threatened to leave Led Zeppelin to do which job? Now we've got three options for you here. Was it to become a policeman, a choir master, or a teacher? Those three options again: a policeman, a choir master, or a teacher. Question 23. John Paul Jones once threatened to leave Led Zeppelin to do which job? Question 23 again. John Paul Jones once threatened to leave Led Zeppelin to do which job? Now we've got three options for you here. Was it to become a policeman, a choir master, or a teacher? Those three options again: a policeman, a choir master, or a teacher. Question 24. What is the name of the album released in October 1994, which saw a reunion of Robert Plant and Jimmy Page as an unleaded MTV project? Okay, so what is the name of the album released in October 1994, which saw a reunion of Robert Plant and Jimmy Page as an unleaded MTV project? Question 24. What is the name of the album released in October 1994, which saw a reunion of Robert Plant and Jimmy Page as an unleaded MTV project? Okay, so what is the name of the album released in October 1994, which saw a reunion of Robert Plant and Jimmy Page as an unleaded MTV project? That was question 25. Led Zeppelin, at the time known by their previous name, which I'm not going to say now because that's one of the previous questions. So Led Zeppelin, at the time known by their previous name, had their first gig at which university? The year was 1968. So that was question 25. I'll repeat that one more time. Led Zeppelin, at the time known by their previous name, had their first gig at which university in 1968? Question 25. Led Zeppelin, at the time known by their previous name, which I'm not going to say now because that's one of the previous questions. So Led Zeppelin, at the time known by their previous name, had their first gig at which university? The year was 1968. So that was question 25. I'll repeat that one more time. Led Zeppelin, at the time known by their previous name, had their first gig at which university in 1968? Question 26. On which album was the song Kashmir released? Question 26 again. On which album was the song Kashmir released? Question 26. On which album was the song Kashmir released? Question 26 again. On which album was the song Kashmir released? Question 26. On which album was the song Kashmir released? Question 26 again. On which album was the song Kashmir released? Alrighty, question 27. In the opening lines of Ramble On and in the Battle of Evermore, which famous set of novels is referenced by mention of characters and places within the novels? Question 27 again. In the opening lines of Ramble On and in the Battle of Evermore, which famous set of novels is referenced by mention of characters and places which featured in the novels? Okay, question 28. Who did Robert Plant allegedly write Going to California about? Question 28 again. Who did Robert Plant allegedly write Going to California about? Okay, question 28. Who did Robert Plant allegedly write Going to California about? Question 28 again. Who did Robert Plant allegedly write Going to California about? Okay, question 28. Who did Robert Plant allegedly write Going to California about? Question 28 again. Who did Robert Plant allegedly write Going to California about? 2 more questions to go, folks, in this round. Question 29. What was the nickname of the band's Boeing 720 airplane used for their US tours in 1973 and 1975? 2 more questions to go, folks, in this round. Question 29. What was the nickname of the band's Boeing 720 airplane used for their US tours in 1973 and 1975? Question 29 again. What was the nickname of the band's Boeing 720 airplane used for their US tours in 1973 and 1975? 2 more questions to go, folks, in this round. Question 29. What was the nickname of the band? And the final question in round 2. Which album, recorded in 18 days in Munich, did Robert Plant record in a wheelchair due to a recent car crash in Greece? I'll repeat that question again. Which album, recorded in 18 days in Munich, did Robert Plant record in a wheelchair due to a recent car crash in Greece? Okay, so there is your 15 questions for round 2. I hope you enjoy the rest of the quiz, and I hope to see you all soon. Thank you very much.
So there we go. How did you get on with round 2? Did you manage to get many of the answers? Well, we're going to give them a little bit of a recap just now, as it was done via a video rather than live, so we couldn't stop in between each one. So we had question number 16 was, in which year did the New Yardbirds form? The answer was 1968. 1968. Question 17 was, what was Led Zeppelin's best-selling album? And that was Led Zeppelin 4. The album contained the song Stairway to Heaven. Question number 18 was, the building featured on Led Zeppelin's 6th album, Physical Graffiti, is in which city? That answer is New York. Okay, for those looking to go on a pilgrimage, it can be found in Manhattan, 96 and 98 East 8th Street, if you do want to pop along to that. Question 19 then was, what is the name of Led Zeppelin's 5th studio album? That was Houses of the Holy. Question 20, in which month was Jimmy Page born? It was January 1944, to be precise. On which album was the Immigrant song released? The album also contained Celebration Day. That was Led Zeppelin 3. Which Led Zeppelin member is the oldest? The answer to that one, which is question 22, is Jimmy Page. Question 23, John Paul Jones once threatened to leave Led Zeppelin to do which job? Was it to become a policeman, a choir master, or a teacher? Correct answer to that one was choir master. Okay, next up, the question 24. What is the name of the album released in October 1994, which saw a reunion of Robert Plant and Jimmy Page as Unleaded MTV project? That was No Quarter. Question 25. Led Zeppelin, at the time known by their previous name, had their first gig at which university in 1968? The answer to that was Surrey. Question 26 was, on which album was the song Kashmir released? Answer to that one was Physical Graffiti. Question 17, in the opening lines of Ramble On and In the Battle of Evermore, which famous set of novels referenced by mention of characters and places within the novels? Answer was The Lord of the Rings or Lord of the Rings. If you missed the word the on the interactive quiz, don't worry, it's not a problem. Question 28, who did Robert Plant allegedly write Going to California about? Who did Robert Plant allegedly write Going to California about? Answer to that one is Johnny Mitchell. Question 29, what was the nickname of the band's Boeing 720 aeroplane used for their US tour in 1973 and 1975? Answer to that one was Starship. And finally, question 30 for round number 2 was, which album recorded in 18 days in Munich did Robert Plant record in a wheelchair due to a recent car crash in Greece? Answer to that one is Presents. So how did you get on with round 2? Did you manage to get many points there? If you're playing at home, writing them down on pieces of paper, give yourself 1 point for every single correct answer. Let us know in the comments down below of Facebook, or across there, I think it is, over on YouTube. We'd like to know how you got on during round 2. For all of those playing in the interactive quiz, though, let's bring up how you got on. And looking at that then, Simon Wicker still in the lead with 2,071 points. Closely followed by Mooney, 1,415 points. Led by Goats is there at 1,334. Ryan Alcanis, apologies if I've pronounced that wrong, over at 1,038. Rog at 824. Jordan at 552 points. So well done to all those playing along, and also a big shout out to Simon Wicker as well. He's a member of one of the Led Zeppelin tribute bands, I should say. So not surprised you're at the top there, Simon. Your general knowledge on Led Zeppelin is up there with the best of them. So how have you got on during round 2? We're going to go over now to a round about John Bonham. Before we do that, though, we are going to pop over to Gemma again, who's going to tell you about a limited edition program that you can purchase through the johnbonhamac.com website, and she's going to tell you about that now.
Hi folks, Gemma here again from John Bonham A Celebration. While you're waiting for your answers, I just wanted to chat to you quickly about our 2018 John Bonham A Celebration programme, which is a collector's edition. May I add, there was only 2,000 of these printed, and we have a small amount left, which you can purchase on our website, which is www.johnbonhamac.com. If you visit the shop section, you will see that our 2018 memorabilia programmes are still on sale for just £4. All sorts of lovely content in there. For those of you that may wish to come to Redditch and do a bit of a John Bonham pilgrimage, there's a full map of all the places where he was born, all sorts of different places that you can come and see there. Lots of information about the John Bonham Memorial, which also is in Redditch, and I would recommend you go and see if you can. All sorts of lovely things in these programmes. Like I said, there's only 2,000 of these printed, and instead of keeping the last couple of boxes or last box full, we thought we'd sell them, because when we do our next event, which was planned for 2020 but due to COVID may well be delayed, there will be a new programme, and every 2 years when we do this event there will be a new programme again. So one day you'll need to have the set. So if you weren't at the 2018, our first ever one, if you weren't at that event and you would like to make sure that you have a programme for your collection, then you can buy one on our website, which again is www.johnbonhamac.com / shop. Thanks very much.
So there we go. Thank you to Gemma for that one then. If you do want one of the presentation, one of the programmes from the 2018, head on over to johnbonhamac.com, where you'll be able to purchase that. Of course, we are all really hoping that we are able to do some sort of celebration in September for John Bonham. If not, there'll be a bigger event next year, as Ros mentioned about earlier on today. If you would like any more information on the plans or to keep up to date, you can obviously join the John Bonham Celebration Facebook page if you haven't already. Have a search for that on Facebook, or visit the John Bonham Celebration website, johnbonhamac.com. So if you are taking part in the interactive quiz, we've had a few people asking how you can take part in that. Well, all you need to do is head on over to www.johnbonhamac.com. If you scroll down a little bit, you'll see a box in there that says interactive quiz. All the questions come up on there as well. You can type in your answers, or where there's multiple choice answers, you can select those answers and you can join along on the interactive version of the quiz. If you are joining in on Facebook though, or on YouTube, give yourself a point for every single answer you're getting right. Likewise, if you're just joining in from fun at home, you can just give yourself a point for every correct answer. I will go through the answers for all of the points again after the next round, but we are now going to go on to round number 3, which is the John Bonham round. It's all about John Bonham, and we will be going on to that round now. So the first question then in round 3 is name the supergroup of Jason, Glenn, Joe and Derek whose name plays tribute to the West Midlands where Jason Bonham and Glenn Hughes grew up. So name the supergroup of Jason, Glenn, Joe and Derek whose name plays tribute to the West Midlands where Jason Bonham and Glenn Hughes grew up. 15 seconds on the interactive quiz on this one. Around 5 seconds left on this quiz then. And your time is up on that one. Again, you can guess in Facebook, you can guess on YouTube. It is all for fun. There is no prize at the end of this for the person that gets the most points. If you are joining in the interactive quiz, you get more points the quicker you answer. So the quicker you type in your answer and submit that, the more points you will get. For those that are playing along on Facebook and YouTube, don't worry, your still counts as well. Just give yourself a point for every correct answer and we'll find out who has got the most points at the end. Misha, good guess on your one. Some of the answers we've had through on the interactive quiz. Kidderminster has come through. We also had no idea, so that came through on the interactive quiz. Other answer, that was also through on the interactive quiz. And the answer was, in fact, congratulations to Misha and Karen over on Facebook and YouTube. You were correct. It is the Black Country Communion. That was the answer to the first question on that one. So on to question number 2 of the John Bonham round. And that question is, what is John Bonham's middle name? What is John Bonham's middle name? You have around 25 seconds then to answer this one. Have a think about it. What could it be? Again, if you are on Facebook or YouTube and just watching the stream, just type it in the comments. And that is perfectly fine on that one. If you are on the interactive quiz, you have 10 seconds remaining before that will lock out. So some good guesses coming through on Facebook so far. And also a couple over on YouTube as well. And you are all correct. The answer is Henry. John Bonham's middle name is Henry. Well done for that one. Again, Karen, Sue, Jordan, all correct answers. Paul, all correct answers in Facebook and YouTube. So question number 3 on the John Bonham section. On what date is John Bonham's birthday? On what date is John Bonham's birthday? Again, pop that into the comments or over on the interactive quiz, which you can access by going to johnbonhamac.com or challengezone.co.uk/Led Zeppelin. 10 seconds remaining then. On what date is John Bonham's birthday? And a few seconds. And there we go. Time is up for the third question. So we've had some of the questions or some of the guesses we had through were 31st of May 45, 20th of May 1948, We had a couple of other answers as well, but it was, in fact, the 31st of May. So you were correct on that one if you put the 31st of May. We are accepting the full as well. If you did put the 31st of May and the year as well, that would be accepted as well. So congratulations to Sue, Misha, Karen, Paul, and all the guys and girls over on the interactive one as well that guessed that correct. On to question number 4 then of the John Bonham section, which is round 3 here this evening. From which town in Worcestershire does John Bonham hail? From which town in Worcestershire does John Bonham hail? Again, 25 seconds to have a guess on this one. It's simple if you know the answer, not so simple if you don't. So once again, from which town in Worcestershire does John Bonham hail? Yep, you are right. Most people got that one correct. It is indeed Redditch. Well done for that one. On to question number 5 then on the John Bonham quiz. And that question is as follows. What was the name of John Bonham's parents? What were the names of John Bonham's parents? Also, well done to Sue over on Facebook for giving the exact location of Headless Cross in Redditch as well. We'll accept that as the correct answer as well. Redditch is fine, but Headless Cross, it's right. It is the right answer. Question 5. What was the names of John Bonham's parents? What was the names of John Bonham's parents? 5 seconds remaining on the interactive. Time is up on that one then. Okay, Thor was one of the answers on the interactive quiz. We had Mr. and Mrs. Bonham. Again, like the answer on that one. Joan and John. It's good enough for me. It is John or Jacko and Joan. So Joan and John, John and Joan, or Jacko and Joan would have all been okay as well for question number 5. Question number 6. Is what was the name of the band which preceded Led Zeppelin containing Robert Plant and John Bonham, but not Jimmy Page or John Paul Jones? So that's what was the name of the band which preceded Led Zeppelin containing Robert Plant and John Bonham, but not Jimmy Page or John Paul Jones. 15 seconds on the interactive quiz for this one. Well done to Misha and Paul for guessing the last question right as well. Few seconds remaining on the interactive one then. Question, the answers are coming in on Facebook. And well done. If you put Band of Joy or the Band of Joy, we'll give you that one. Give yourself the points for that one. Congratulations on that one. Also to the person that put this band with this ridiculous name. It's a good guess. It's not the right answer though, but it was worth having a stab in the dark anyway. Question number 7 then. Question number 7 is, what is the name of John Bonham's daughter? What is the name of John Bonham's daughter? So that is your 7th question out of round 3 here on the Led Zeppelin lockdown quiz. If you have just joined us, you've missed the first couple of rounds. We still have around 10 questions left of round 3 though. We will then go through all the questions and answers again just to make sure everyone has the answers and happy with the answers. We'll then find out, we'll get you to tot up your own scores and let us know in the comments how you've got on. So what is the name of John Bonham's daughter? A few seconds remaining if you're on the interactive quiz on that one. And you are absolutely correct. If you have put Zoe, you are correct. Zoe Bonham also gets the point there as well. So if you have put the full name as opposed to just the first name, then that is fine as well. It is Zoe. question number 8 then. Question number 8 is, what was the name of the farm purchased by John Bonham in 1972 at Cutnell Green, Worcestershire? So what is the name of the farm purchased by John Bonham in 1972 at Cutnell Green, Worcestershire? 15 seconds on the interactive quiz on that. So it's, what was the name of the farm purchased by John Bonham in 1972 at Cutnell Green, Worcestershire? 5 seconds remaining on the interactive quiz. And the time is up. Had all kinds of answers coming through on the interactive quiz for that one then. We had the Old Grange. Unfortunately, it's not the right answer. We had Goat Farm. Unfortunately, not the right answer. The answer and the correct answer, which is starting to come through on Facebook now, is the Old Hyde Farm. So it was the Old Hyde Farm. Congratulations to Sue Benson Headley and to Karen Davis and to Misha as well. You've got that correct there as well. So well done on that one. So go around 10 more questions left of round 3 then of the John Bonham section of the quiz here this evening. As we move on to question number 9. That's belonging to him, what type of car did John Bonham use to use in the drag race scene in Led Zeppelin's concert film Song Remains the Same? So belonging to him, what type of car did John Bonham use in the drag race scene in Led Zeppelin's concert film Song Remains the Same? Okay, around 25 seconds then on the interactive quiz. That's belonging to him. What type of car did John Bonham use in the drag race scene in Led Zeppelin's concert film Song Remains the Same? Five more seconds then on this one. So looking for a type of car. Okay, and time is up. The correct answer on that one is a Model T hot rod. It's a Model T hot rod. Lots of people guessing a drag race car, dragster, that kind of thing. I'll let the group decide if you get a point for that one. On that one, it's a specific model, and that is a Model T hot rod. Is the official answer, or a hot rod would be close as well. It's also a drag car though, isn't it, really? I'm not going to be the one to call that one. You can put into the comments if you think we should accept dragster, drag car and that kind of thing as well. On to question number 10 then. And question 10 is, what animal did John Bonham rear at his farm in Cutnell Green? What animal did John Bonham rear at his farm in Cutnell Green? 25 seconds on this one then if you're on the interactive quiz. About the same on Facebook and of course YouTube. You can pop it just into the comments down below or across on the side if you are on YouTube. So what animal did John Bonham rear at his farm in Cutnell Green? Few more seconds to go then on that one. What animal did John Bonham rear at his farm in Cutnell Green? Okay, and time is up on that one then. Had some good answers. We had goats, cattle, cows, bulls. All kind of close over on Facebook and YouTube. Cows, llamas. YouTube as well, cows. It was general kind of consensus over there. The precise animal was a pedigree Hereford cattle. It was pedigree Hereford cattle that he raised over on the farm. So, How are you getting on so far? 8 questions remaining of the John Bonham round so far this evening. Don't forget, you can find out more details about John Bonham and A Celebration at johnbonhamacelebration.com. Right now, though, question 11. What is the name of John's wife who he married in 1966? What is the name of John's wife who he married in 1966? 25 seconds on this one in the interactive chat then, as with the other questions. And it was question 11 in the John Bonham section of round 3. What is the name of John's wife who he married in 1966? Okay, time ticking down on that one then. You also need to give a little bit more time on that. There we go. Okay, so results have come in on Facebook and on the interactive quiz. The correct answer was Pat or Pat Bonham. Either or, we will take both. Mrs. Bonham, I'm sorry, we're not giving a point for Mrs. Bonham. And likewise, any other variation, it has to either be Pat Bonham or Pat. Those are the two we will take. Misha's given a nice little fun fact over on Facebook as well, though. She says, Pat's Delights, the instrumental was named after her. So there you go. There you go. Giving all the facts here this evening. Well done to Karen, to Paul, to Jordan, and to Misha and Sue. All got the correct answers over in the YouTube and Facebook chats as well. We will find out how the guys and girls over on the interactive side of things are going at the end of this round. On to question number 12 then. Question number 12 was, how old was John when he got married? So we just found out who he got married to, but how old was John when he got married? That is question number 12 of this evening. 25 seconds to go on that one then. Okay, so around 5 seconds remaining. How old was John when he got married? Answers starting to come through. A few more seconds to go on that one then. And time is up. John was actually 17 when he got married. Unlucky to those on the interactive quiz we had. 18 was guessed, 21 was guessed. Well done in Facebook, though, to all the guesses. Unfortunately, Paul, incorrect. Misha, incorrect. Sue, incorrect. All guessing 20, so somewhere between 18 and 20. According to the paper I've got here, it is 17. Need to give a shout out as well then to Simon Wicker, who has been in the lead so far for rounds 1 and round 2 on the interactive quiz. A bit of a plug for him. He's from Coda, which is a tribute to Led Zeppelin, and they are looking forward to playing the John Bonham Celebrations concert next year. It will be a bigger affair next year, unfortunately, due to the COVID situation across the world. The plans for this year aren't going as they were going to. There is hopefully still going to be an outdoor celebration in September. For more details on that, keep an eye on the John Bonham Celebration website, which is johnbonhamac.com, and that will give you all the information, or do a search on Facebook for the John Bonham Celebration Facebook group and you'll find all the details out there. Hopefully there'll be a smaller event to celebrate over in September on that one, but check out the website and Facebook pages for more details. And yeah, well done to Simon. Hope everything's going well with Coda. Okay, so that was question number 12 and the answer was 17. Let's move on to question number 13 then. And question number 13 is, what was the original name of Moby Dick? What was the original name of Moby Dick? 25 seconds over on the interactive quiz. Remember, you can play along on the interactive quiz by going to johnbonhamac.com or challengezone.co.uk/Led Zepp. You'll be able to have an interactive quiz box where you can type in your answers. The quicker you type in your answers, the more points you get on the system online. Alternatively, we are running it still on Facebook and YouTube. The Facebook and YouTube chat is just as good. It's just as good. If you're on Facebook or YouTube, we will give you a point for every right answer. You'll be able to tot up all your right answers at the end. For those of you that are playing at home with a piece of paper and a pen, same rules apply. If you've got the right answer, it's 1 point. If you've got the wrong answer, it's no points. So we have time ran out on that question for number 13. The answer, what was the original name of Moby Dick? That was Pat's Delight. So if you put Pat's Delight, that is the correct answer. On to question number 14 then. Question number 14 is, at which famous hotel on the Sunset Strip did John Bonham reportedly drive his motorcycle through the hallways? At which famous hotel on the Sunset Strip did John Bonham reportedly drive his motorcycle through the hallways? Bet that was fun. That is question number 14 then, around 20 seconds remaining on the interactive quiz for that one. At which famous hotel on the Sunset Strip did John Bonham reportedly drive his motorcycle through the hallways? I don't know, something that's got to be tried. Why not? Why not? Would have been wild times. Okay, and 5 seconds remaining on that one. There you go, and time is up. So the correct answer was the Hyatt. Okay, if you put the Continental Hyatt, if you put the Hyatt, if you put Hyatt, if you put the Riot, as it was nicknamed, all correct. Give yourself a point on those ones. Riot House, yeah, we'll go with that one as well. Congratulations to Graham Tomo, Karen Davis, Misha, Jordan, Sue as well. You all got the correct answers across on Facebook and YouTube chat as well. On to question number 15 of the round number 3, the John Bonham round then. And question number 15 is, what is the name of John Bonham's blues rocking sister? What is the name of John Bonham's blues rocking sister? 25 seconds on this one as well then. So question number 15 is, what is the name of John Bonham's blues rocking sister? She did play in the 2018 John Bonham celebration here in Redditch. An amazing set it was as well. I had the pleasure of working on that one, and an amazing day and evening it was too. Not only was it a great celebration that John would have been proud of, it raised thousands of pounds for the Teenage Cancer Trust as well. 5 seconds remaining on question 15 then. What is the name of John Bonham's blues rocking sister? And yes, you are correct, everybody. We had a couple of wrong answers, though. We had Donna. Close, but not quite right. It was Deborah, or Deborah Bonham, we will accept as well. So if you put Deborah Bonham or Deborah, it is the correct answer. And again, congratulations to Sue, Paul, Graham, Misha, Karen. All correct answers. Whether you put Deborah or Deborah Bonham, correct answer. Give yourself a point. Okay then, on to question number 16 then. At middle school, John Bonham's principal famously wrote on John's school report that he would either be a millionaire or what? So question number 16 was, at middle school, John Bonham's principal famously wrote on John's school report that he would be either a millionaire or what? 25 seconds on the clock then on the interactive quiz. At middle school, John Bonham's principal famously wrote on John's school report that he would either be a millionaire or what? answers coming in now. Around 10 seconds remaining. There we go. And at middle school, John Bonham's principal famously wrote on John's school report that he would be either a millionaire or what? Your time is up. So, had some great guesses coming through on the interactive then. Guesses such as a farmer, garbage collector, in prison, a goat farmer, musician, road sweeper. All great answers. The correct answer is a dustman. We will accept garbage collector. It's near enough. We will accept a bin man. It's the same job role. It's just described in different parts of the world, slightly different. So if you have a dustman, a garbage collector, waste disposal, or a bin man, we'll accept that as well. Give yourself a point on that one. Well done to Karen, to Jordan, to Graham, and then a few of you over on the interactive quiz as well. Again, we'll find out the scores on the interactive quiz when we get to the end of this section. On to question number 17 then, of round number 3. Who is the photographer credited with taking the Bonham by Bonham set of photographs? Who is the photographer credited with taking the Bonham by Bonham set of photographs? 25 seconds on this one as usual. That's question 17 in round 3. And it's who is the photographer credited with the taking of the Bonham by Bonham set of photographs. 15 seconds remaining on this one then. Have a think. 5 seconds remaining. Who is the photographer credited with taking the Bonham by Bonham set of photographs? Okay, time is up. Had a few guesses. Angel Jorgson, Ross Haflin, Pat. All good guesses. Unfortunately, they are incorrect. It was his brother, Mick Bonham. So if you put that into the interactive quiz or over on the Facebook comments, then that is the correct answer. So who is the photographer credited with taking the Bonham by Bonham set of photographs? The answer was his brother, Mick. So we have one more question remaining in round 3, and indeed the quiz here this evening. So we're going to say this next question. We're then going to find out who was the leader on the questions and answers on the interactive quiz. And then we're going to get you to tot up your scores on the Facebook and YouTube chat as well. That was a very hard question. Is question number 18 going to be even harder? Well, let's find out. Question number 18 then is, in how many UK counties did John Bonham live throughout his life? In how many UK counties did John Bonham live throughout his life? 25 seconds on this one then. A tricky one. It's a tricky one. It's how many UK countries did John Bonham live throughout his life? Okay. So looking for individual counties from within the United Kingdom. Okay. Around 10 seconds remaining then. Had a few different answers coming through on this one. So it's in how many UK counties did John Bonham live throughout his life? A few seconds. And your time is up on that question. So we asked, in how many UK counties did John Bonham live through his life? The answer is 1. It was Worcestershire. Okay, so the answer is 1, Worcestershire. If you typed ONE as in the number 1, or you put 1 as in the letter, 1, they all count as well. If you put any other answer, Sue, unfortunately, 3 is incorrect. Jordan, 2 is incorrect. But congratulations to Misha and to Paul, who got the correct answer. Karen, 6, unfortunately, incorrect. So there we go. That is the final question in round 3. So let's find out how the interactive quiz has been getting on. Again, if you have been playing along on Facebook in the comments section, do have a quick tot up now of all your correct answers. Give yourself 1 point for every correct answer you've got. Obviously, no points for an incorrect answer. I will go through all the answers throughout the whole entire quiz in just a second, in case you can't remember any of the answers. But right now, let's head on over and have a look at how the interactive quiz has got on. So let's have a look then. And well done, Simon Wicker then was the winner on our interactive quiz with 2,565 points. Again, it's understandable. Simon is in the Led Zeppelin tribute coda. So again, if you are a fan of Led Zeppelin and looking for tribute acts and stuff, coda ledzeppelintributeband.co.uk is where you can go to find out information on coda. So that's www.coda-ledzeppelintributeband.co.uk is where you can find out information on those. Okay, so unfortunately, led by Goats, close in second place with 1,700 points. Mooney there at 1,600 points. Ryan, you were 1,394, and Rog 1,324. We hope you enjoyed playing on the interactive quiz. Again, don't forget, if you are watching on Facebook, and if you are watching across on, if you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, give us thumbs up, give us the heart icon. They're just down there. I think they're over in that corner somewhere down there. Do give us a thumbs up, do give us a heart. It means so much to have some feedback on this. Likewise, if you are over on YouTube, don't forget to give us a thumbs up and like the video. And while you're there, why not subscribe to the YouTube channel? There's all sorts of great videos on there, and more's been uploaded as we go. So, how did you get on during the quiz? We're going to quickly go through all of the rounds again just to find out and give you the answers again. Again, do tot up all of your answers if you were playing in the YouTube chat. Again, if you've liked this and would like more of them, do let us know in the comments. It is read by the John Bonham and Celebration team. A lot of hard work has gone into this by Gemma. A big thank you. She was the one that got all the questions sorted for this one, as well as helping out and reading out round 2 as well. So a big thank you to her, and of course a big thank you to Roz as well for all the work she does with a John Bonham Celebration as well. It takes a lot to get things organised, and they work behind the scenes solidly all year round to make the event happen. And it's just unfortunate with this year, with the way the world has gone, that it can't be held in its full form. But there will be something going on in September, so keep an eye on the John Bonham website, johnbonhamac.com, for more information on that. So let's quickly then go through all the questions from round 1 to round 3, and I'll give you the answers once again, just in case you can't remember any of the answers while you are totting them up. Okay, so round 1, we had question 1 was Led Zeppelin's first album entitled Led Zeppelin was released in 1969. The sleeve of the album featured a picture of which famous airship? The answer to that was Hindenburg. Question 2 was where was Jimmy Page born? Answer was Hounslow in Middlesex. Question number 3. Before Led Zeppelin, a song called Beck's Bolero was released as a B-side to the single Hi Ho Silver Lining. Beck's Bolero was a rock song featuring Jeff Beck as lead guitarist, and he then asked Jimmy Page to play an electric 12-string on the song. But which other member of Led Zeppelin played on the song? Answer that one was John Paul Jones. Question 4 in round 1 was who is credited with having produced Led Zeppelin's first album? Answer to that one was Jimmy Page. Question 5, what was the band that became Led Zeppelin originally called? Answer to that one was the New Yardbirds. You do not get any points if you just put Yardbirds. The reason being the Yardbirds didn't contain all 4 members of Led Zeppelin. It wasn't until they were called the New Yardbirds that all 4 members were part of it. Question 6 in round 1 was, what band did Led Zeppelin open for on their first US tour in 1968? That's, what band did Led Zeppelin open for on their first US tour in 1968? The answer to that one was Vanilla Fudge. Question number 7. What was the name of the drummer in that same band who introduced John Bonham to Ludwig Drums and helped him secure sponsorship from the brand? The two drummers also become great friends. Carmine Appice was the answer to that one. Question number 8 was, which British singer recommended Led Zeppelin to Atlantic Records? The answer was Dusty Springfield. Question 9 was, on which album were the songs Dancing Days and The Song Remains the Same released? Which album were the songs Dancing Days and The Song Remains the Same released? That was Houses of the Holy. Question number 10. In which city did Led Zeppelin play Stairway to Heaven live for the very first time? Was it Belfast, New York, or Dallas? The correct answer for that one was Belfast. Question 11 was an anagram. We gave an anagram on screen of a seaworthy native and asked you what song that was. And it was A Stairway to Heaven. Question 12 in round 1 was, under which name did Led Zeppelin play a gig in February 1970 in Copenhagen? That's, in which city did Led Zeppelin play Stairway to Heaven live for the very... under which name did Led Zeppelin play a gig in February 1970 in Copenhagen? Answer to that was The Knobs. Question 13 was, what is Jimmy Page's full name? Answer is James Patrick Page. Good first name, James. Question 14, in which month is Robert Plant's birthday? Answer is August. He was born on the 20th of August 1948. And question 15 for round 1 was, from where in the UK is John Paul Jones from? Where in the UK is John Paul Jones from? The answer is Sidcup in Kent. That was the answers to round number 1. So do tot up all your answers there. How many points did you get? Put them down below in the comments, and it would be great to find out what that answer was. On to round 2 then, and the answers for round 2. We asked, question 16 was, in which year did the New Yardbirds form? In which year did the New Yardbirds form? Answer to that one was 1968. Also, apologies to Graham going far too quick with the answers, apparently. My apologies for that one. In which year did the New Yardbirds form? And that is 1968. It was correct. Question 17 was, what was Led Zeppelin's best-selling album? What was Led Zeppelin's best-selling album? And it was the Led Zeppelin 4, and it contained the song Stairway to Heaven. The building featured on Led Zeppelin's 6th album, Physical Graffiti, is in which city? The building featured on Led Zeppelin's 6th album, Physical Graffiti, is in which city? The answer to that was New York. If anyone does want to go on a pilgrimage, by the way, to go and see the building, it can be found in Manhattan, 96 and 98 East 8th Street. So if you are going on a pilgrimage, that's where you need to head to. Question 19 was, what is the name of Led Zeppelin's 5th studio album? The answers was Houses of the Holy. Question 20, in which month was Jimmy Page born? That's question 20. In which month was Jimmy Page born? The answer is January. It was 1944, if you're interested in the year. Question 21 was, on which album was the Immigrant Song released? This album also contained Celebration Day. Answer to that one is Led Zeppelin 3. Question 22 was which Led Zeppelin member is the oldest? Which Led Zeppelin member is the oldest? And the answer to that one is Jimmy Page. Question 23 then, the answer to question 23. We asked John Paul Jones once threatened to leave Led Zeppelin to do which job? Was it to become a policeman, a choir master, or a teacher? The answer to that one was choir master. Question 24 then, we asked what is the name of the album released in October 1994 which saw a reunion of Robert Plant and Jimmy Page in an unleaded MTV project? Answer to that one was No Quarter. Question 25, Led Zeppelin, at the time known by their previous name, had their first gig at which university in 1968? So Led Zeppelin, at the time known by their previous name, had their first gig at which university in 1968? Answer to that one then is Surrey. Question 26, on which album was the song Kashmir released? On which album was the song Kashmir released? The answer to that one was Physical Graffiti. Question 27, in the opening lines of Ramble On and In the Battle of Evermore, which famous set of novels is referenced by the mention of characters and places within the novels? In the opening lines of Ramble On and In the Battle Evermore, which famous sets of novels is referenced by the mention of characters and places within the novels? Answer to that one was The Lord of the Rings or Lord of Rings. Question 28 was who did Robert Plant allegedly write Going to California about? Who did Robert Plant allegedly write Going to California about? Answer to that one is Johnny Mitchell. Question 29, we asked what was the nickname of the band's Boeing 720 aeroplane used for their US tour in 1973 and 1975? Answer to that one was Starship. And question 30 from round 2, we asked which album recorded in 18 days in Munich did Robert Plant record in a wheelchair due to a recent car crash in Greece? Answer to that one was Presence. So that was the end of round 2. During the main part of the show, that was read by John Bonham, a Celebration member, Gemma, who does amazing work and a lot of the marketing work for John Bonham, a Celebration. So big thank you to Gemma. She also wrote all the questions here tonight. I'm just literally here to read them out and to do the technical side of things. So Gemma has done most of the hard work on this and we're really appreciative of that. So round 3, we said name the supergroup made up of Jason Bonham, Glenn Hughes, Joe Bonamassa and Derek Shanahan, whose name plays tribute to the West Midlands where Jason and Glenn grew up. The answer was Black Country Communion. Question 2, we asked what is John Bonham's middle name? The answer is Henry. On which date is John Bonham's birthday? It is the 31st of May. From which town in Worcestershire does John Bonham hail? The answer is Redditch. It's Headless Cross to be precise, and it is the very place of the John Bonham a Celebration Festival, and we also have the memorial in the town centre as well there on that one. Question 5 then of the third round about John Bonham, we asked what was the name of John Bonham's parents? And the answer to that one was John and Joan, or John, Jacko and Joan, or Jacko and Joan. Okay, question 6 of the third bonus round, the John Bonham round, was what was the name of the band which preceded Led Zeppelin, which contained Robert Plant and John Bonham, but it didn't include Jimmy Page and John Paul Jones? The answer to that one was Band of Joy. Question 7 was what is the name of John Bonham's daughter? Now for this one, we accepted either just Zoe or Zoe Bonham. It is her name after all, okay? Question number 8 was, what was the name of the farm purchased by John Bonham in 1972 at Cutnell Green in Worcestershire? The answer was the Old Hyde Farm, or simply Old Hyde Farm or Hyde Farm. Question 9, belonging to him, what type of car did John Bonham use in the drag race scene in Led Zeppelin's concert film Song Remains the Same? That was a Model T hot rod is the precise model. Question 10, we asked, what animal did John Bonham rear at his farm in Cutnell Green? That was the pedigree Hereford cattle. Question number 11 in the John Bonham section, round 3. What is the name of John Bonham's wife who he married in 1966? The answer to that was Pat. Question 12 was, how old was John when he got married? Question 12, how old was John when he got married? The answer to that one is 17. Question number 13 then, we asked, what was the original name of Moby Dick? What was the original name of Moby Dick? The answer was Pat's Delight. Question 14, at which famous hotel on the Sunset Strip did John Bonham reportedly drive his motorcycle through the hallways? The answer we have for that one is the Hyatt, but we'll also accept the Continental Hyatt House or the Riot House or the Riot. Okay, it was known by all of those, so it's only fair to allow them. Question 15, we asked, what is the name of John Bonham's blues rocking sister? The answer is, of course, Deborah. Question 16, at the middle school, John Bonham's principal famously wrote on John Bonham's school report that he would either be a millionaire or what? The answer is a dustman. Question 17, who is the photographer credited with taking the Bonham by Bonham set of photographs? The answer to that is his brother Mick Bonham. And finally, question number 18 of round 3 and of the lockdown Led Zeppelin quiz here this evening. In how many UK counties did John Bonham live through in his life? The answer to that one is 1. It was here in Worcestershire. Okay, so that is all the answers to all the questions in all 3 rounds here this evening. Have a quick tot up of everything you've got. Pop in the comments down below how many points you got. As I said, if you were playing along on Facebook or YouTube, just give yourself 1 point for every correct answer, and then pop it into the comments down below. If you were playing in the interactive quiz, congratulations to Simon Wicker. You were the winner on that. If you do have any suggestions, if you would like more of these kind of things, again, let us know. Drop us a comment in the comments box, or why not drop an email to johnbonhamac.com. Head on to the website, click the contact page, all the email addresses in the contact form is there. You will be able to get hold of us and let us know what the situation is there. We will do our best. Let me know how the interactive quiz worked. Obviously, I only see it from the one side. I see it from this side. I don't see it from the user side. So if 30 seconds or 25 seconds wasn't long enough, let us know. If we do them in the future, we will increase that for you. So that is all we have time for. Again, a massive thank you to Roz, director of John Bonham A Celebration, for the amazing work she does throughout the year, and of course the rest of the team behind the scenes at John Bonham A Celebration. Gemma with the marketing, coming up with quizzes and ideas like this, and also putting a lot of work in, and the rest of the team. It's a whole committee that meet up as part of the group to try and put on the festival every couple of years. So thank you to all of them for the amazing work they do to keep the memorial and the celebrations going. Well, that is all we have time for here this evening. We hope you've enjoyed it. Again, do give us feedback in the comments. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, as there'll be lots more videos happening on there over the coming weeks and months. If you haven't given us a thumbs up on Facebook, please do. Likewise, the heart. If you're over on YouTube as well, give us a thumbs up on that as well. I've been James Hollenby and your Quizmaster. Big thank you to Gemma for all the questions and for taking round 2, and a big thanks to Roz as well. We hope you have a great evening. Stay safe and stay well. We will see you again very, very soon. Thank you and good night.